In this video for the Mine Simulator TMS, we'll be discussing Go Park maintenance locations. These are locations where there's Go Parks, service bays, workshops, refueling areas, wash down bays, water truck fill locations, etc., and how to define them within TMS. To define service maintenance locations within TMS, you go to the Operational Data tab and then into the Go Park / Maintenance Locations tab. In this tab, you can define up to 9 or up to 10 different Go Parks, maintenance workshops, etc., spread around your mine. So the first one you can define is a Go Park. This is where you can specify where trucks go for crib breaks or Go Park in between shifts, etc. So you just nominate on your haul road network where your Go Parks are. And then you can define the maximum number of equipment to actually go into that Go Park. So you may have multiple Go Parks and some of them can only hold 10 trucks and other ones can hold 15 trucks or something. Same as you can have Go Parks or park up locations. Some mines have them spread out throughout the mine so the trucks don't have to travel a long distance between shift change, etc. They actually use troop carriers to transport the operators around the mine. So you have the maximum number of equipment, you have the maximum number of trucks in there on crib. In this particular case, if you set that to 5 trucks or something and you don't tell the simulation anything else, when it comes up to a crib break and there's, when a truck is due for crib and a truck dumps its load, it then gets on the radio and says, is there room for me to park up in the Go Park to have my crib? There's already 5 trucks in there. He'll go out and do another circuit, and then when he finishes the next circuit, then he checks again to see if he can come into crib, if there's a limit on the number of trucks in there in the Go Park. This is a maximum distance. This enables the piece of equipment that will travel to go to a Go Park for crib. As it says here, if the equipment is further away, when the crib occurs, the equipment will go back to the closest park up area and park up. So if the option here is that the system, if you're close to a Go Park, it will go there, but if a park up area somewhere else in the mine is closer, it'll go there and they'll have their crib there. The same with shift change. And also in these particular areas you can specify whether they'll accept loaded trucks. Some mines won't accept loaded trucks at Go Park areas because of the safety issue of tyres and a loaded truck. Other mines do, depends on the mining operation. This is some special, a different type of Go Park. It's kind of a location where equipment can park up. It's more of an interaction between a Go Park area and a bus stop in this particular case. This here is the number of service bays or fuel bays, fuel farms, and also the number of maximum equipment can be in the service bay at any one time. So the simulation, you can send trucks into fueling on a regular basis, like you can send a truck in every 24 hours for refueling. In the simulation you can monitor the fuel tank level by providing the truck fuel burn data, and the truck fuel burn data can be reasonably high level, like in the CAT handbook, or you can actually get down to very detailed fuel burn levels depending on what gradient the truck is on, whether it's loaded and all this information, whether it's dumping or just idling. So you can get down to more detailed fuel consumption of trucks, and therefore the simulation has in that particular case, it has a level in the fuel truck where it sends the truck in for a service bay. So in the case of when a truck has dumped its load and wants to go in for a service or refueling, it will look to see if the service bays will be vacant by the time they get there. If not, they'll just stay out on circuit and come around again. If they get to a stage where they get down to a critical level of fuel, they'll actually go and park in front of the service bay and wait for a service bay to become available and once again all that delays are captured in the reporting, in the activity-based reporting, and when those sorts of events occur, it also generates an exception which goes into a log file, and so you can look at those exceptions to see how many times trucks. You can look at the amount of time trucks have been delayed waiting to get into service bays, and you also look at how many times it occurs. And so you can use that sort of information to work out, well, maybe in this particular mining operation we need another service bay, so we need 2 service bays to properly service this equipment. You can also use this to actually move the service bays around your mine if you want. So say where we should have a fuel farm further out in the mine or whatever it may be, you can do that sort of analysis by just moving the service bays around wherever you feel like on your haul road network. And also numbering the number of service bays. Maintenance workshops, once again, they have an entry and a departure. Some workshops have the same entry department. Some workshops there's a separate entry and there's a separate departure location for the workshops. You can nominate how many service bays you have virtually, or maximum equipment, but you can also nominate the maximum number of trucks in there, like for regular maintenance or major maintenance, and same with your diggers if they actually like front end loaders, etc. And once again, if a truck dumps its load and it's due for regular maintenance, because the simulation is monitoring the SEMU hours on each piece of equipment, and it also has the maintenance strategy for each truck based on SEMU hours. So when a truck is due, or a load or whatever is due for maintenance, it will be sent. It will check after it's dumped its load whether there's room in the maintenance in the workshops. If there isn't room, once again it'll stay out on circuit and it'll generate an exception that I can't get in. I'm due for workshop. I work for maintenance, due for maintenance, but I can't get into the workshop. It's full. And once again, you can use these sorts of exception reports to look at how often this occurs and whether, if it's a brownfield operation, a greenfield operation, whether you need extra service bays in your workshops, etc. This is just something that says how many maximum number of diggers you have in your workshop at any one time. This is virtually just trying to, like I said, the simulation's monitoring SEMU hours on each of your digging units, and especially if they're front end loaders or even shovels. So it's just a way of saying, well, you don't want to have all your fleet on maintenance at any one time. You only want like one digger on maintenance at any one time. If another digger is due, it will actually be delayed. Its maintenance will be delayed and it'll stay in operation. So you only have one digger on maintenance at any one time, if that's how you want to do it. These are mine maintenance locations. These are just areas where, especially on shovels, where who have their maintenance done, major maintenance done on a calendar time, not on SEMU hours or operating hours. So in that particular case, because they're large maintenance events, they actually will move the shovel to a possible mine maintenance area location, because the shovel is going to be there for an extended period of time. So it's in a nice safe area. Body wash locations. These are, some mines have body wash locations. They have build up in their trays, so they send a truck into body wash to be washed out. Once again, you can nominate where these body wash locations are and how many you have. So once again, if the truck is due for, it's got enough carryback that it warrants to go out to have be washed, its tray be washed. If the body wash in this case is only one bay, if it's loaded, occupied, the truck will stay out in circuit and build up more carryback. And once again, we send off an exception to a report. Once again, you can use that to identify or analyse the best place to put your wash bays and how many you should have. Same if your water cart fill points, you can nominate where they are in the mining operation on the haul road network. And then once again, how many carts can be in there filling up at any one time, and also their fill point rate. And once again, you can use this information to look at analyse where the best place to put water cart fill points, etc. So in this sheet, this is all about nominating and analysing and looking at how your service bays and your service locations and your maintenance bays, etc., will impact on your mining operations. And it's an easy way to move these sorts of things, workshops around, whether you should have one workshop or have multiple workshops, or etc., etc. Just so then you can analyse what impact that has on the operation. So that's about it for go parks and service maintenance locations. Thank you.